Well, I'll say one thing. This last weekend completely demolished every single person that was guessing numbers. And this week, I got nothing. I got nothing. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon, going over the box office predictions of 21 to 23 June. And it looks like we do have two wide releases. Oh, Mickey wants pets, and that's where my other hand is. But it looks like the two wide releases are going to be the Exorcism as well as the Bikeriders. So again, the Exorcism, another Russell Crowe, Exorcist movie. He just did the Pope's Exorcist, and now he did this one. But I've heard rumors that this one was actually filmed in 2019, and it's finally coming out 5 years later. I don't know how true that is, but I'm intrigued about this because it's like the third faith-based horror movie out this year. You have The Last Omen, you have Immaculate, and now you have The Exorcism. So I'm intrigued because the other two are between 5 and 7 million. What do I think this is going to open up? We'll talk about that soon. And of course, the Bikeriders. And I've seen the Bikeriders. I absolutely enjoyed that movie. I really dug it. But the question is, how many adults are actually going to watch that movie? I know that sounds kind of weird, but I do think that it's going to be intriguing about when the motorcycle crowd actually come and do it. Anyway, let's talk about this past weekend. I did horrible. I was 2 for 6. Let's put it that way. All right. Number 5, I was thinking it was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I was wrong. That was If. So I thought Apes was going to do 3.6. If did 3.6. So look at that. Like, just to put the wrong movie. Anyway, number 4 was actually Garfield the movie. I was thinking 6.0. It did 4.7. So when I was talking about last week in that If and Garfield might have a really bad drop, and that is correct. I'm trying to clean my dog's eyes at the same time, but they had pretty bad drops compared to Inside Out 2, and we'll talk about those numbers too. Anyway, number 3 was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. There wasn't a drop. It did plus 4%. It did better, and it's been in theaters for over a month. That is bonkers. Anyway, it did 5.5. So that's got me thinking, what is this next weekend going to be? All right, of course, pretty simple for these next two. Bad Boys was number 2. Held a lot better than I thought. 33.7. Bonkers. And then number 1, of course, is Inside Out 2 with 154.2. No one thought I was going to get over 150. I mean, congratulations. I guess now Disney's probably thinking, wait a minute. We didn't put an agenda in the movie. Yes, there was some DEI elements to it about the hockey team. It does make me think, I wonder if, the Muslim religion, if they'll even let women play hockey. But I also thought about that. I don't know if they would. I could be wrong, though. But anyway, so let's talk about this next weekend. And I don't know. I truly don't know. Because everyone's already seen Inside Out 2. I went to the theater tonight. It's still packed. So my question is, will more adults and kids go see Inside Out 2 again? Or will they go back to see If and Garfield to have a little break? I don't know. So that's why number 5, I'm just going to go with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes again with 3.9. Let's stick with it. Because when looking at the numbers, Apes 5.5, Garfield 4.7, If 3.6. Okay, I don't see it gain If numbers. The only one it could be Garfield at number 5, but my gut says Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is going to have a solid hold again. So 3.9. Number 5 or 4, I'm going with The Exorcism 5 million. This is one where I'm a little iffy with because I've seen trailers here and there, and I do think it will at least get 5 million. It just makes sense because if Immaculate did, of course that has Sydney Sweeney in it, and of course The Last Omen had 7.4-ish million. And that really didn't have anyone famous in it, but it did have a following of the Omen movie. But I think 5 million is pretty damn safe. Number 3, Bikeriders 10 million. I think people are giving it the range of 8 to 13 million. When seeing this in Monday Movie Mystery, only 2 people walked out, and they walked out in like the first 10 minutes. I guess they don't like bikers. But I think 10 million is a solid bet for an adult-themed movie. All right, Bad Boys. Why would I think it's going to drop 50%? There's no competition except for Bikeriders, and that's not going to be competition, so 20 million. I think Bad Boys is going to have another freaking solid hold. There's nothing to tell me otherwise. Now the main question is, what do I do with Inside Out 2? Because here's the thing. When you go to Gold Derby, it's between 50 and 75 million, and then 75 million to 100 million. Pretty damn simple. But then after that, it kind of goes into bigger increments. Here's the thing. If you even go 50% drop, that is over 75 million. However, I'm kind of thinking and looking at The Incredibles 2. Yes, The Incredibles 2 opened at like 182, if I'm not mistaken, 186, and it did drop to 80 million. But that's about a 56% drop. And with a movie that high up in the 150s, I see it dropping worse than 50%. So I'm going with a total of 70.2. I think that is safe. But if it goes over 75 million this next weekend, bonkers, to my opinion. Freaking bonkers. That's better than a 50% hold. Anyway, quick recap. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, 3.9 million. Number 4, The Exorcism, 5 million. Number 3, Bikeriders, 10 million. Number 2, Bad Boys, 20 million. And number 1, Inside Out, 70.2. We will see. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more things, Booftopia. You Booftonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I don't care what to say tomorrow, week, from month, or year, from every single freaking one of you. Peace and love, and let me know if I'm right down below. Let me know.